Hello, welcome back to Battle Brothers. I'm Jade Star.
And I'm Olish.
And we're here at Ivendorf, defending it from marauding orcs.
Greenskins.
Yeah, this is our first time we've seen greenskins. And I'm kind of glad it's taken a while. Orcs can be scary, but they can also be really easy. It's a weird balance. Like that berserker we just shot doesn't wear armor and can hurt you a lot. Doesn't carry a shield either. So they will absolutely murder us in 2 hits. Maybe 2. Maybe 1. If we're lucky, 3. But they don't protect themselves, and they're subject to morale. And they have a ton of HP, so it's a lot of chances to plink them with arrows or spear pokes and drive their morale to the ground. And if they flee, they tend to start a panic spiral. The converse of that is, if they murder us, they immediately go to full morale, and will oftentimes take other orcs around them to full morale as well. So it's what would you call this? Like a kind of a tipping point fight, a snowball fight?
Yeah, the snowballs very, very quickly.
Yeah. Like, the momentum of this fight will shift one way or the other, usually. With the other types of orcs, it's a little bit less prominent, because the orc young will carry shields and sometimes won't die as fast. Usually they're wearing at least some form of armor. But they're still also subject to very quickly taking morale hits.
Yeah. Orcs are... I mean, we've seen zombies, so we know that not everything that we're fighting is sort of standard human. Orcs are big and tough. They don't have great equipment, but everything they deal a lot of damage, they use heavier weapons, they have a ton of stamina, they have a ton of hit points. They just don't die like people do.
Yeah. And while you were saying that berserker charged Travelogue and hit him once with the axe, and his entire set of chainmail is ruined.
Yep.
And third of his HP. So that was 110 armor and 20 HP in a single hit.
Yeah, not like a headshot that does bonus damage. That was just to the torso.
Yeah.
So orcs hit really hard.
Especially that one with the flail. I think the flail is one of the worst things to get hit by. Also, god damn it, Mr. Yar. Bows are really good for berserkers, because if you can hit them twice with the arrows, they're not wearing armor, you force 2 morale checks.
Yeah, and, I mean, you can get a lucky headshot, and...
Actually, I'd rather hit their body. I'd rather hit their body, because they're wearing bone helmets, so it won't go straight to HP like a body shot will. Yeah, hit him once, force a morale check, he's 5% less effective.
I mean, you did mention that, it's good that we didn't see orcs so early.
Yeah.
But there is a bit of a trade-off, because if we had run into orcs earlier, we probably wouldn't be running into this many orcs.
Maybe.
This is close to a fair fight in terms of numbers. But again, orcs are individually bigger and beefier. I don't really know how their skills stack up, their to-hit chances and whatever, but at the very least, they can stand up to quite a lot more punishment than your guys.
Absolutely. And also they have that annoying charge, which will not do damage, thankfully, but it will stun a person.
Yeah.
So, the top is stunned, you saw it happen to Flesh Nulk.
The big problem is that you have some of these orcs charge and stun guys, and then other guys walk up and basically decapitate them.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what being stunned does, but I know it lowers your defenses.
It'll drop you out of shield wall, but it's actually just miss a turn.
Oh, okay, well. Dropping you out of shield wall can lower your defenses.
Oh yeah, absolutely does.
I think the big strategy against orcs is that you spear wall them.
Spear wall definitely works great against berserkers, yeah. They don't have very much defense, and they will just kind of run themselves into a spear wall over and over. That's why I put out a lot of spear wall, and was hoping that they'd do that, but they found a gap in my coverage, and hit Travelogue for it.
Orcs are a pretty good example of tailoring your composition to meet the enemy. Because orc berserkers, very spears, regular orcs, tend to have like their oversized like hides and stuff, which have a decent amount of hit points to them, but it's a slog fest.
Yeah.
And they charge suicidally. They don't stay in line. They don't stay in formation. They just run in. So spears are really, really good because you want to be hitting them all the time.
That's
like
also why I'd
stuff
say
with
axes are pretty good. Like, who's Flameser with the second tier axe and the axe mastery perk can one-shot an orc shield off him.
Yeah. Although, don't most orcs come with the... Or actually, that's not a trait anymore, isn't it? It's just...
That was never a trait. Yeah, it's just double grip. If you're not using your offhand, you grip your weapon with both hands and get 25% more damage out of it. So yes, smashing their shields means it's going to hurt a little bit more if they hit you, but you also make them a shitload easier to hit, which is kind of the whole orc thing. Like, they're easy to hit, but if they hit you, it hurts like hell.
Yeah, I know some people will actually say don't break orc shields ever, because that can turn an orc that'll kill you 2 hits in like 1 hit. But honestly, if an orc hits you in the head, that thing's dead.
Yeah.
So you almost always want to treat it like a 1-hit scenario anyways. You have to hit them hard and fast first.
Yeah. Which is my mentality. I'm going for kind of the morale break. You've seen, we've already panicked a shitload of orcs. The Berserker's not doing anything. The other Berserker's broke. The guy up top is fleeing. There's just still nothing to do about, even if I get, like, the orc young to only hit me 30% of the time. 1 or 2 hits from them will kill him. Especially if they smash your shield, like Sullet lost his shield. I really don't like that. If you're dealing with orcs a lot, was it Bags and Belts perk to have extra inventory space that doesn't encumber you? Really useful. Yeah. Carry a spare shield all the time.
Yeah, orcs are very rough on shields. Their axes, they really like to carry axes and they really like to break shields, and I think they tend to have perks that make them better at it. Or
I'm not sure if they have
better breaking shields.
I think
they go through shields like cotton candy.
Yeah. The orc head splitter axe or whatever, I think was powerful enough that I remember using it in a game where just a regular soldier of mine was carrying it as a spare to swap in because he could one-shot a person with it. No perks required, so it could just be that the orc's shields are powerful enough to break a normal round shield.
Yeah, shield mastery is very important against orcs because it reduces the damage shields take. I do believe without shield mastery, regular orcs just make sure you're not cutting shields.
Yeah.
So orcs also have their own equipment. They don't use human gear. And
they can use human gear, but yeah. There's like the 2 orcs left. One of them's using like a hand axe or a hatchet, which is something we could use and buy. And the other one's using an orcish axe called like a head splitter or something.
Yeah. I haven't looked at the gear afterwards, so I don't know if you found any. But it is possible to find and use the orc gear, and it is so awful to use.
Yeah. We'll see it on the loot page in a second. Orc gears basically should just come with a disclaimer, only usable by orcs, but they didn't want to just straight do that. The problem with trying to use orc gear is that it is incredibly heavy, or it uses up a ton of stamina. Let's see, maximum fatigue, -30 to wield that thing. Plus, every time you swing it, it adds another 5. So using orc gear, like this one, for an axe, -22, that's like a suit of heavy chainmail, and then builds up 5 more every time you swing it. That's kind of how they chose to balance orc gear. You can use it, it will murder your stamina.
Well, that was round 1 with the orcs.
Yeah, that went surprisingly well. There's another orc group in the near distance, and we're gonna have to go run them down. And we get to go see another type of orc. My least favorite kind of orc. But we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.